Okay, everyone, welcome back from V-Fest today. It's Conversations with Kush podcast, and I am Molly, the Kush RN, your host. Moving on to our next guest, we have Mr. Michael Ford, the incredible Minnesota marijuana guy. So, Mike, tell my people who you are and kind of what it is you do in this space.
I'm a community organizer, activist. I'm also trying to transition into the cannabis market. I do want to give a huge shout out to V-Fest. They had my business at one of their first ones that they launched.
Nice.
Cannabis, I was able to bring out some of my salves, oils, tinctures, and other stuff to share with people. Minnesota compliant stuff. So
nice.
It's pretty dope to see them continue this event and watch it grow.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
Michael is being very humble. Michael is the executive director of Minnesota NORML. He has been boots on the ground, pioneer and political advocate of cannabis since the inception of it, I think, in this state.
Well, for a while.
You've been there.
That would be Oliver Steinberg.
Oliver Steinberg, but yes, definitely you've been there. Always fighting for cannabis, and so here we are. Now we're legal.
Yeah.
You also, I want to just give a big kudos to you. You know, you were one of the first people that I met in cannabis, and I came out to one of your events, and every event that you throw, I try to come because it's always such a good time.
Right.
People are very positive. I always feel safe. It's, you know, people having a good time. And so make sure you check out Minnesota Marijuana and look up one of Michael's events because they're always just a really good time. So today we're going to talk about cannabis and sports recovery, though, because I know that's really a big deal for you. So yeah, tell me a little bit.
That's the main thing for me in cannabis. It's more mental health and physical. It helps for recovery. Broke my leg a few years ago. I didn't use any type of medications except for cannabis and my personal salves, which, you know, if I'm giving it to other people, I figured, you know, I want to try it out and see if it works for me.
Exactly.
And it definitely did. It helped with my recovery. I've had tons of sports injuries, lifting injuries over the years, and it's definitely good for recovery.
Yeah.
In addition to that, I do use it for working out. Helps with focus, but then you got to kind of be careful with what cannabis you smoke, because I don't know if people understand that there's different types, different strains. There's hemp, there's the CBDs, there's the indicas, the sativas.
Right.
So,
I think we've talked about this before. I think cannabis is really good when you're getting ready to work out for that mind-body connection.
Yep.
So if you're someone like you that lifts a lot, you know, you really tap into like the power of like being present so that you can build the best muscle, right?
Yep.
What are some other ways it can help?
Help with?
Like it can help with maybe like inflammation or like.
Yeah, it helps with inflammation. There, like I was saying a little earlier, there's different kinds that you can smoke. If you smoke more of an indica one, you're not going to have a productive workout. You're not going to get that mind-muscle connection. You're not going to get that drive. So you got to make sure you're using the right strains that's going to give you the right effect. A sativa, on the other hand, is going to give you that mind-muscle connection. I use a sativa with nootropics, which is like a mushroom.
Okay.
Pre-workout.
Okay.
Helps with the focus. It helps with the mind-muscle. It helps get through the workout. And then on the other end, the indica is better for relaxation. Some CBD is good to bring down swelling and inflammation in the muscles and joints for better recovery from your workout. So then you'll be able to have a better workout the next workout.
Do you want to talk a little bit about Cannabis? Are you still developing that line? Are you still going to roll that out?
So Cannabis is my cannabis company. I just finished my labor peace agreement for my license so I can get it actually up and operational.
Yes.
Hoping to open a couple different locations in partnership with some of the friends that I've made over the years.
Yeah.
I'm also going to be bringing in a bunch of other small local brands into the legal market through Cannabis.
Yeah. So I know this year has been kind of a big deal for you because now we're allowed to do home grow, and you have like dived right into home grow. Yeah, talk about that a little bit because I just love how much joy you get out of it.
Yeah, it's almost like going to the gym. It's like working out, you know. You get to watch the plants grow, you get to watch them develop, give them different nutrients, and observe the different stuff that you do. And it's like, it becomes a part of you actually, because you're putting so much time into it every day. I love it. And then the fact that you can decide, which strains you get to smoke.
Yeah.
So I grow obviously one indica and one sativa, so I get both effects. It's a great journey.
Nice.
I love it. I love it.
That's awesome. Yeah. Like I said, I feel like it's giving you so much joy, and you're like, I can tell, like, you are the type of person when you go in on something, it's like 100% in, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna go until you have it nailed. So yeah, good for you.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I wish I would have brought some samples with me, but
that's okay. What kind of strains have you grown then that are helpful for your exercise?
For working out, the only one, Orange Gasm, is by far my favorite strain. It's a sativa dominant.
Okay.
It gives you that more mind-muscle connection, more active. If you smoke it during the day, you're going to be wanting to get up and do stuff. You're not going to want to sit around. Some of the other strains I've grown, Scented Marker, what are the other ones? GMO crossed with Zope.
Yep.
Apples and bananas crossed with Zope.
I tried that one of yours too.
So,
that was chef's kiss.
I've been working on it, but every time I grow the strains, they get a little bit better. But the apples and bananas Zope and the Orange Gasm are the best ones for me, just because obviously the Orange Gasm gives you the gym pump.
Yeah.
Apples and bananas also has 9% CBD in it.
Okay, nice.
Which is rare for a high THC strain, so I like that.
So it has high THC and that component of CBD too.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I think the test says it's about 26%.
Okay.
And then when you're growing it yourself, everything that's gone into it versus you have no idea how it was cured, how it was dried, or any of that.
You said that every time it gets a little better. How are you doing that? Like, how does it get better every time?
Well, it gets better because the experience with growing. The first grow, it's going to be rough.
Okay.
But then as I kind of learn how to read the plants, what they like, what they don't like, I just keep growing the same strain, so I kind of get an understanding of them.
That's cool.
So then, like, when the leaves are wilty, okay, they're a little hungry. And when you're a beginner, you don't realize that type of stuff. You just throw it in the pot, you start watering it, and all of these small details make a difference on the end.
It's like another way to develop a relationship with cannabis.
Yeah.
I love that. That's awesome.
It is. And then I give it away for free.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I put my heart and soul into something, and then I go and give it to people that I like, that I care about, that I think they could need it. It's not a labor of profit, it's a labor of love. So I really enjoy it. So
that's cool. What's on the agenda for you coming up this summer? I know you're going to be out at a couple of events. Where can people find you?
So I'll be at the State Fair. Obviously, I'm there every year. I'll be at the Black Entrepreneurial State Fair. That's going to start on the 10th.
Yep, August 10th. And that's over in the, it's over off Lake Street.
Chicago and Lake Street, right there at the Midtown Global Market parking lot. So we'll be there until the state. After that, we'll be at the State Fair. After the Minnesota State Fair, we'll be at the music festival we're putting together. And then after the music festival, we'll be at Legacy Cup.
Awesome.
On the 27th.
Are you entering Legacy Cup this year as a
I
competitor?
don't know. I'm supposed to. I wanted to talk to Josh about that.
You
so
totally
I'm not
should.
Sure.
They're doing Eagle Clash style this year, so they're going to have a separate competition for people. Yeah.
Yeah. I got to look into the details. I'm thinking about it. I know Vari is my guy, man.
Yeah.
So we got a show, Bros That Grows.
Yes, please talk about your podcast.
Well, it's not really a podcast. We're just getting on, giving people grow tips.
Yeah, I love it.
If it turns into something after that, we'll see. But yeah, so we've been on there basically talking about growing. And Vari has a strain of pink Skittles that...
Awesome.
Yeah, he's getting pretty good. We started growing around the same time, so it's cool to kind of hand each other stuff back and forth.
Yeah.
Which would be nice to see here in Minnesota, like a market where people can...
100%, Michael, because I think so far it's looking like it's set up for all the big guys to win and not the little guys, right?
It definitely is.
Yeah.
Well, as you're getting deeper into it, I'm looking at some of the details. If we're talking about legalization and For the smaller guys that are able to get the micros, I feel like a micro business is a perfect place. It's perfect. You can get in, you can get set up quick. It doesn't take a whole bunch. Even if you're not activating every single facet of the license, maybe you're just going to activate the retail portion while you set the other stuff. Just to get that head start, I think is a great advantage. Any license beyond that, it's basically going to be bigger money. They're going to take longer to set up unless, like you said, it's one of those large corporations which has the money, which has the resources to do everything immediately out the gate.
Another thing I just want to call to attention for people too is the caregivers program. If you're a grower out there and you're looking to like support people in their journey through cannabis, it's a great way to like tap in with someone that could use your medicine.
Right,
So.
and I do actually have a friend that is a caregiver for somebody. I've had a bunch of people actually ask me if I would consider taking them on as a caregiver. I think it's a great thing. They only limit you to one patient though?
Okay,
is
yeah,
that correct?
one. Yeah,
One
but you can
patient?
do 8 plants for that patient though.
Yeah,
So.
but 8 plants is still...
What do you
it's
mean?
a lot.
It's
It's
not
a lot.
enough?
Well, it depends on the level of growing. If you're a
Yeah.
very experienced grower, yeah, 8
Yeah.
plants is perfect.
Yeah.
But for like a lower level beginner grower like myself,
Yeah.
like 8 plants is a lot.
Yeah.
Like people don't really realize how much goes into actually growing these plants.
Right.
You know, the pots, the water, the nutrients, the lights, the environment,
The
all of
time.
this stuff. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I see is a lot of people just kind of jump into this with the homegrown stuff and just grow a gang of plants. I did that in the
Yeah.
beginning. It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible. You got to figure out, like, once you learn how to dial in your environment, then it's a little easier. But yeah, so I personally couldn't be a caregiver.
Yeah.
Currently, I'm only of the 4 8 plants. I'm only growing 2
Okay.
because you know it's easier to be able
Yeah.
to grow 2.
There's our girl Veronica.
Right.
Awesome. So anything else you want to share with my audience before we
No, I
have you
think that's
sign
it.
off?
You know, I
Yeah.
think you're doing a great job with
Thank
the
you.
podcast. It's great seeing you. I
Michael.
see you're
Yeah.
out there grinding.
Yeah.
Everywhere you can get it out there.
Of
It's good
course,
to see
yeah.
how far it's come. We did do one podcast
Yes,
together.
we
on
did.
the
That was
YouTube.
awesome. You were one of my
So-
very first guests. So thank you for
Yeah,
always
so-
like answering my call when I call you and saying yes when I ask you
Yeah,
something.
it's, it's
I
re-
appreciate it because
I
I
bet-
know you're a busy guy. So.
Well, not busy. I've just, over the years, I got a little burnt out with
Yeah.
all of the work, and now to actually be able to sit back a little more, I really don't, jump into everything as much as I used to.
Right.
So I am real kind of selective. So I appreciate you
okay.
having me, and
Yeah.
I appreciate your grind.
Well, I
so.
appreciate that you consider me one of the people that you'll tap into.
Oh, definitely,
so.
definitely. So.
So I just want to point out to everyone that there is a spot on this board up here where people can scan my QR code and be able to go right to any of the guest information. You can find their socials, you can find their websites, you can tap into them and get more information on any of the guests that are on the show today. So again, Michael, thank you for your time. I appreciate it so much. You are a trusted friend, and I appreciate you so
Hey,
much.
I'm sure I'll see you at the next place.
Of course.
Are you going to be at the Black Entrepreneur?
I want to. I reached
Okay.
out. I told her I wanted to come out there and do a show, but I haven't heard back yet.
Did
so.
you want to do just one show, or here,
Yeah.
we could talk?
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Okay.